Welcome back to Operation Mushroom Cloud, classified top secret, phase 5 product research. So now we need to go into the search engines and find out what our competition is making money on, and to see if any of those fit into our categories, and then a way of making money from that product. So the product research is vital because that's what's going to bring the money through the door. So the first place you should always look for competition is the place that you're going to try and sell a product yourself, and that is on the internet from a website. So it makes absolute sense to try and let someone else who's already done the hard work give you a tip or a hint about what it is that you should be selling and promoting. Okay, that's the first stage. One of the greatest business lessons ever learned is take a product, one that is making money, one that is guaranteed to work, follow that business model, add your own unique bit to the model, and then go out and promote it. That's what you're going to do. Okay, first sign. So these are the results pages. This is number 1 for pregnancy week by week weight gain. Okay, this time we're not going to invert. We're not looking at the competition to see how strong they are. We're looking for the competition to give us advice. Okay, so we're just leaving that keyword as it is. Doesn't matter about the results. We're not interested in this. There is something that we're interested in here, which we'll play with now, and we're also interested in not just the organic searches, which are the free searches here. We're also interested in the paid ones, which are here. Now, depending on the product being promoted and the niche, this will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7 ads, and there might even be an ad that says click here for more ads. For this one, for this keyword, it's showing us 2. And one is pampers.co.uk, which is, well, we all know what Pampers are, a great nappy company, or so they say. Cow and Gates, it's another great company, it's been around forever. So they're basically promoting their own websites, either directly themselves or through affiliates, and inside there will be coupons and sign-ups and products that are being promoted. Okay, we'll leave this alone for a moment. We are curious about these companies, because you may want to promote these companies, okay, and make money, which is CPA, which we will talk about once we know what kind of products we're up against. So we're just going to take the first result. Okay, makes sense to go after number 1. We're going to go in there and see what this website has to offer. So we have come into an inner page of this website, and this website is a page rank free. Okay, so we know as an inner page, in other words, this is a page that comes off the home page. We know that as a page rank free, this is a very strong page. This is a very strong website. Whatever it is this website is doing, they're doing right. They're just on the top results for a great keyword, and this is just one of their pages. Okay, so that's great competition, great people to learn from. That's something you should think about. The first thing you should look about is the way it's laid out. The design and the colors. These are important things. You know, instead of this company having their main header on all their pages, they're using an advertisement. And so when you come in, you naturally automatically assume that this is always a header. And so that's already trusted. Of course, when you click that, this company will make money from this advertisement. So we know straight away that they're promoting directly for Johnson's or whatever. We're not going to click it just yet. We're looking at more. Okay, we are on the pregnancy stage. This website obviously has lots of other things, and again for you that's great, because once you've become pregnant, you have a baby, then a baby becomes a toddler, and then a preschool, and then a big kid, and so on and so on. We also see there's a community. What we can see that up from here is that there is a login and a sign up. So this has a membership site attached to it as well, which is another great business model to follow, because once people are inside your site, you can then promote to them directly. You can then help them more directly to see that you are more of an authority and for them to trust you more. Okay, it's what's been going on in business since the beginning of time. So on the page that we've turned up at, they've got pregnancy weight gain estimator, which is not an exact for our keyword, but obviously come up with number 1. And they've put a little script in here, look, where the customer can come along, or the visitor can come along and actually interact with the website. That's another great way to get people to trust you and to get people to spend more time on your website. That's a great thing. This little script here would cost you nothing for a designer to set this up for you. So that's something that you could consider having on your page to attract people in. You could have a little capture underneath that, okay? Let's not go too much into the science. We're just describing ways of bringing people in. Okay, it's another great free thing to give people. So we can see at the top that they're doing ads. Okay, we can see their sign up. We just mentioned that. As we go down, we're seeing more ads. Yes, there's more ads here. Advertisement here for the same company. So they're obviously doing well with Johnson's. So that might be a great idea to keep up with. These are the companies where if you promote them, they'll have different offers. So for instance, if we was to click this ad now, this company on this website will make money instantly. Okay, just for you clicking that. It might take you to a product where they might make even more money. So they're doing well with ads. They must be doing well, otherwise they wouldn't be there. Because there would be companies that would happily go to this website and say, please put my ad here for an amount of money. Okay, so they must consider this to be a good product to take up their advertising spaces. So that's a good thing to look out for. Obviously this freebies and coupons gives them a way to promote to you again, where they're making money off clicks, CPAs and stuff, and they've checked the cheap Google AdSense in there. Okay, and they're offering free stuff and great deals. So let's go there, because if they're offering free stuff and great deals, that's the place where we want to be. So what have we got? Let's go back to the top actually. Just check their community. Let's click on pregnancy. And let's go to, there you are, deals for you and baby. Let's go to that one. We click on this link. Free stuff and great deals. There you go. So these are where they're promoting as well. So this stuff here is where they will be making money. And so you would go in here, enter to win a free. So what's this one? So this is a classic example of how websites, people like you, make money by giving stuff away to people for free. Now I don't know this company personally, and I don't know what it is they're promoting without looking at this too hard, but I do know the business model. This is famous business model. This is where people like you, website owners, make anything from a couple of cents anywhere up to $30–40 just for somebody putting their details in here and clicking that enter now button. Okay, I'm going to show you the business model completely on a separate video, but just so you know, this is a great way of making money really fast with CPA type offers. So now we're back on that page again. Excuse me, we've come down the page, and again, lots more ads, lots of ways for people to save. Everybody wants to save money. If you're having a baby, you definitely want to save money, and you also want as many freebies and coupons as you can get. These are businesses we call evergreen. That's what we're trying to explain to you, and why it's a great thing to get on to these kind of niches. Evergreen means you could have this customer for the next 15–20 years, because as they grow they will need more. Okay, again we can see them doing ads. This one's a great one. This ad here could lead them to enough money to run a business all on their own, just like you. You could have Amazon products and that kind of stuff where you go into bundles and stuff like that, and there's huge money being spent in this niche. And so we could pretty much click on any one of those we want, and we would find a product that we could copy and that we could promote. That's the first stage of what we need to do. So the second way is with physical goods. These are goods that established companies, established brands are willing to partner up with you, where you can promote their products and make money. Now Amazon is obviously the #1 famous one. And there's a thing with Amazon: if you've ever been an Amazon customer, then you know you will always be an Amazon customer. It's very rarely that people who don't shop here don't continue to shop here. That's a great thing. Sometimes it might be a little bit more difficult to get people interested in Amazon, but once they're in, You can make money from Amazon, and Amazon would not be the brand it is if it wasn't providing the kind of quality it is. Okay, you're buying brands. You're buying brands from a brand. That's a great place to look. So we know we can come to Amazon and pick any subject we like, and we can find products that we can promote to people. Okay, so this is a great place, and to become a partner of Amazon is quite simply one of the easiest things to do. So it makes sense to go in. We know we're interested in pregnancy because that's our keyword, but there's nothing stopping us promoting something that you need to buy when you're pregnant, when the baby's arrived. Okay, these are obviously the kind of things. The first thing you need when you've had a baby is a car seat. You can't leave hospital without a car seat. That car seat now comes as bundles, and so you don't just get the car seat, you end up buying the whole thing. So that's obviously a great one. But let's just let Amazon point us in the direction of something. So we've got bestsellers here. I'm curious to see what those bestsellers are and what we can do. And see, we got bestsellers, top rated, hot new releases, movers and shakers, most gifted, and most wished for. Okay, and then we can go down in any kind of categories that we want. So if you only wanted to work in the high stuff, and by high stuff I mean things that sell for high prices to give you more of a high price, then that's what you would pick. For now, let's just click our main keyword, pregnancy and maternity, and see what's coming up here. And so I'm not looking, when I do this, to pick small stuff particularly. I have clients, I must tell you, that work on this small stuff and earn great deals of money. One of the reasons I will show you in a separate video with Amazon, but a lot of people that go to Amazon initially to buy something end up sometimes not just buying that but something else. You can make the profit off that something else. I've had customers that have bought from me that have gone in to look at video games that have gone out and bought something completely different to a video game, and I've made more money off that than I did off the initial sale. So it's a great way to do it. Okay, and so we're in pregnancy and maternity, and if we want to, we can go down a little bit more, like monitoring devices. That's not necessarily a cheap thing. Some of these can cost strong money. There's $100, $150, $86. Let's just take a little look down. $50, $50, $144, $50, $70, $50, $50. So you know, there is some money to be made there. $170. And so you can see that there's products there that you could promote that would fit into your keyword and would fit into a bracket. Do you think, yeah, there's enough money to be made there? I'm happy to have 7% of this if I sell this, and if we do some research and we like this. And so let me try and give you an example. What do customers ultimately buy? So they're saying that nearly 50% of the people that come to this page to look at that product end up buying. Okay, almost 50% of the people are buying that. That's a great place to start, you know. Okay, and then obviously they showed you some other things. People have gone for the other one, which is the cheaper one, which is the one we started with, and they've probably bought that with that. These are the way you get the extra money. And again, these kind of things are what you get with the extra money, because Amazon are a great marketing company. They want you to buy something and then buy something else with it. You know, this business model works. Marketers took a long time to start copying this. The ones that did are the ones that made money. And then all the related products. Well, you can take Amazon products and do exactly the same. There are plugins on for WordPress that I'm doing for customers right now, where you just take a tiny bit of code and you have a whole website completely loaded with all the products that you want for your keywords. So this is the second place to look. You know, come in and do this yourself. This is a great place to go. Think of any subject you want, go into here, look for their bestsellers, get into their bestsellers, find out what they are, go to the hot new releases, keep ahead of the game. You already know how to get keywords into the top of the search engines really fast. You could make a move on one of these really quickly. We could take this Fisher Price, this cradle and swing here, which is 147 bucks. Start promoting that and be one of the first to sign it, because it's a hot new release. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3 is the electronic way to make money. We are in ClickBank right now. So basically the electronic way is to do what Amazon is doing, but to promote electronic products. By that we would mean a video, an ebook, an audio, a report, a membership site where you go into their site and have access to those kind of things. Okay, it's stuff where people can get instant gratification, and if done right, it's a very powerful way to make money. Very powerful way. Again, we're not here to have a lesson on ClickBank. We're just here to show you that this is another place that you can make money on your website from a product. So we would of course come in, we would decide which book suited us best, or which report, or which one of these sites we wanted to promote, maybe even a few of these. You know, ClickBank products work extremely well when you've got people on a list that you can promote to directly, because you can get their attention better. You know, you've become friends, and so you can go at them much easier and promote these kind of products. Nevertheless, that's the third way, and they're the only 3 ways you really need to consider when you're just starting your website business up, because they are the 3 fast ways to make money. So now you basically know how you can make money by coming online with no previous skills, with no real cash injection of money, without all the crap and all the junk and all the books that people tell you you have to do in order to make that work. You can eliminate that. You need a keyword. You know you need a keyword. You need to make sure that keyword is the right keyword, that it's long enough and it's targeted, and that the competition is not too big for you to take on. We know we can find that with the free tools in the search engines. We've shown you how those keywords can become powerful, especially through the power of video. Product. You understand that you need a product, whether that product is a real product or an electronic product, whether it's one that you deliver yourself or it's one that's delivered by someone else. You have to have a product. We've shown you that there are 3 different products that you can have, and they are all very simple to do. You can use ads. Those ads can come from Google AdSense. They can come from companies that are producing products that they would love people to be interested in, and they're prepared to team up with you and give you banners and emails and such like to promote that product, to give you commission, money in your bank account. And we know that the only way that that keyword will work with that product is if you connect with the right people and get those products for those keywords in front of those people. And that's all you have to do. That is the essence of how you make money online without working super hard, or without waiting the rest of your life to see a commission. So really simple, Operation Mushroom Cloud will make you money. Absolutely. If you're going to build a business online, this is the way you start. Now, I really would like you to go out and just test this. If you have something that you already know or you're already interested in, go and test it. You might just shock yourself and come out straight away with a winner that can make you money quickly. Of course, once you've finished understanding the power of Operation Mushroom Cloud, you have to put it all together. How we put that together is the video series that will follow this. But please, don't just dive in. Understand that you absolutely know that those Google tools can make you money, and that all you have to do is focus in on single keywords. I hope you enjoy. I hope you test yourself. I hope there's something inside your head that says to you, this really is a great way to knuckle down and make money for yourself without working super hard and without wasting your time just looking at people's products. This is not about you spending money. This is about you working wise and investing money in products and services and things like a website in order to make you money. Thank you again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If there's something you'd like me to go into more, I'd be more than welcome to.